Good morning, guys. Jess here with your Road Warriors programming for week 2, day 1 of our new cycle. So we've got for today, we're going to begin with just some ankle mobility drills. Just one time through of these 5 reps of each of these positions, each leg in each of these positions. So the first thing we're doing is we're going to say shift our weight over to one foot. I'll start with my left foot. I'm going to bring my other leg out in front, and then I'm just going to help counterbalance, arms are going to come out in front. I'm going to look to sink down, lean forward and back. So I'm going to reach my opposite foot forward and back. So I'm really working the ankle stability, the ankle joint here on this left side. So from the side, I'll just show you. I'm going to come up, all my weight's on that foot, keeping my heel grounded. Other arms help with counterbalance. I'm just reaching forward, right? So I'm going to do 5 forward of each leg. When I've done that with my 5, so as you can see, it's just a little quarter squat that I'm sinking into. If at any point my heel starts to lift, then stop, right? No lower than that. 5 forward, then we're going to go 5 lateral. So reaching out to the side, back to center, find your balance. Again, shifting side to side. So you'll see here too, this knee joint might want to move around a whole lot. So we'll try to stabilize as best as possible. Shooting knee out as you sink down and up. So you'll do 5 on one, shift to the other side, keep heel flat on that working leg as you reach. 5 in that direction. Final little ankle mobility is going to be a little curtsy lunge. So you're going to rotate behind you. So again, I'll shift my weight over to one leg. I'm picking my left leg, lifting up my right leg, then I'm going to sink back into a little quarter squat, reach behind, come back to center, right? So I'm reaching behind and coming back. From the side, I will show you guys again. Foot is planted, most of my weight is in that foot. I like to bring my arms forward to help counterbalance. I'm going to sweep it behind and then back. If you're really losing your balance, it's okay to tap your toes down in those positions because we're really still working that joint, the ankle joint of that planted foot. So that's just a little pre-mobility, ankle mobility warm-up before we get into it. 5 reps of each of those. Then we'll get into something to start to get your heart rate up. So we're going to start with jumping jacks. In this next warm-up, we're going to go 3 rounds of 20 jumping jacks. Again, to start to get the blood flowing. Then from there, we're going to take it to a forearm plank with an alternating reach. So from my plank position, on the forearms, if you feel more comfortable, you can do it on your hands as well, but I prefer forearms. You're going to extend out, feet, maybe widen out your feet just a little bit more to get a good base of support. You're going to reach one arm forward and then the other arm forward. Just holding for 1 count at the end of each reach. We're just doing 10 of those, so it'll end up being 5 each side. From there, third movement is a glute bridge march, actually. So we're going to come into a glute bridge position. My abs are sore from doing Annie the other day. Anyway, from here, shoulders are down and back. If you can tee your hands out to the side, kind of like little goal posts, then great. If you don't have the shoulder mobility to do that, then it's totally okay to just bring them out to the side. Find something that's comfortable here, but try to keep your abs on and engaged. From here, we're going to come up to a bridge position, and our goal is going to be to keep that bridge, high bridge here throughout. So squeezing your butt, we're going to try to extend one leg out, replant it, keeping hips high, extend other leg out, replant, back and forth. So we're in an alternating march with that leg extended. We're doing 10 of them total, so that'll end up being 5 each leg. And then final bit of your warm-up are going to be inchworms. With the inchworms, we're staying in one position with the goal of just getting your hips up as high as possible. So say I'll start in a tall plank position. From here, I'm going to pike my hips up, really pike up, try to get your head through, almost like how we try to cue you guys out when we're finishing a handstand push-up, head through, and then you're going to inchworm yourself back to the tall plank position. So come up to your tiptoes, pike your hips up high, reach through, and then come back and out there. We're going to do 5 of those. So again, that warm up now, our to get the heart rate up is going to be 20 jumping jacks, 10 forearm planks with that reach. If that reach is too much, you guys can just hold a 20-second forearm plank. We're then going to do 10 glute bridge marches, so maintaining that glute bridge, extending one leg out, replanting, and then extending the other leg out. And then we're going to do 5 of those inchworms, really piking hips up high and pushing your head through in that overhead position to get the little thoracic extension too. So that's your warm-up. For your running work today, we've got another 20-minute piece like we did last week. We're still going to run 400 meters. If you're measuring a block, I did some unofficial measuring in Park Slope blocks east to west are about 200 meters, so it would be a down and back on one block for your 400 meters, but of course you can use whatever tracking device you're using, or you can just ballpark it. 400 meter run, then we're going to do 20 reverse lunges and then 10 burpees. So for the reverse lunge, just standing where you're at, alternating which leg comes back, right? So back knee kisses the floor. You'll be doing these outside, so you definitely want to make sure you kiss the floor and not have it slam down because we don't have the luxury of those go mats here. So controlled lunges, kissing the floor, standing 20 total, 10 each leg, and then 10 burpees. With the burpees, chest touches the deck each time. If you're doing the full burpee, if that skeeves you out because you're outside, you can definitely skip the chest touching the deck and go into just a squat rest. Or even if that skeeves you out and you don't want to put your hands on the floor outside, then you can modify your choice to a tuck jump. So I like to bring hands out just kind of to help me, knees up high as you go through. I am not very good at those, believe it or not. I might actually choose burpees over those, I don't know. So 15 of those tuck jumps if you're substituting that instead of burpees. If not, you're doing 10 burpees. Now, as we did last week, our goal is to be able to do all of this with nasal breathing. So nasal breathing and most likely wearing your masks because you are a smart person and you are staying safe while outside. So with that in mind, it might slow you down. I've mentioned it so far. If you've been following along, I know personally it's kind of freaked me out a couple times to wear the mask and thinking that I'm going to hyperventilate or whatever. It's just a sign that I needed to slow down and try to regulate my breathing in a different way and know that it's okay. Like, my goal is to get outside, enjoy the day, and get a little fitness in. So 20 minutes at a continuous pace, nasal breathing, 400 meter run, 20 reverse lunges, and then 10 burpees. I think you guys should probably be able to get at least 4, maybe 5 rounds of this. I think that should be good. For your cool down, when you are done, we're going to accumulate 10 minutes of a standing cross-legged forward fold. So from here, I will bring one leg up in front of the other, hinge, and then reach down. So you can keep your eyes forward, maybe chest up a little bit for as you ease into this stretch. And then if you're feeling good after that, maybe you're reaching your hands down, trying to get your forehead closer or your nose closer to your knee, holding for maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes on one side, and then you will switch and do the same thing on the other. In this, I'm just going to throw this in there, I didn't write it out, but in this cross-legged position too, you could totally bring your arms up overhead and maybe add a little side bend here, either direction before you get into it. It's always, I know I enjoy it, so I'm just throwing it out there. After that, I'd love to see you guys get back into a couch stretch, so you should be familiar with the couch stretch. Find something to put one leg up behind, and then you can kneel, come up to a kneeling position. Abs are on, squeeze your glutes. And I didn't mention it, but if you are doing this outside and say you don't have a couch, I don't know why you wouldn't have that, you can just kind of stay in this position, or you might even be able to reach back and grab that back foot. Give yourself a little bit of an assist here, right? Pulling that foot closer to your butt provides a deeper stretch. However, you don't want to stay super flexed here. So I'm pretty tight. I have to ease up a little bit so that I can get a good position there. So that's your second movement. And then last thing, just a down dog position. So from a tall plank, piking hips up, And then here, maybe instead of marching back and forth, you can start with a little bit of a march, but then try to find stillness and just hold and really try to drive both heels towards the mat, pushing head through so you get a little stretch through the upper back as well. So that will be your cool down, accumulating 10 minutes, about 90 seconds to 2 minutes in each of those positions. That's your workout for Tuesday. I will see you Thursday for our shorter sprint work. Have a good one, guys. Stay safe out there.